So hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Nappy the Straight. Now today I am streaming from Facebook, both of my Facebook pages, as well as YouTube. I am a Dwoa. I am the host of this live. Okay. This is my channel. This is mainly like a beauty channel, my hair products, life, all that good stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to let you guys start to come in. Excuse me for being a couple of minutes late, but I am here now. So welcome to all of you. And this will be a very informative live video that you guys are going to watch today. All right. So welcome as you guys come in. You can share this video with someone that you know that may be thinking about starting a business. Share it on your pages. Share it with your friends and family. Share it with whoever you would like to. So I'm going to add a special guest that I have here. Hello. Can you see? And here, is your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me introduce him, guys. This is Daniel Craig Powell. He's actually my baby daddy. That's actually Xavier's father. You can probably see the familiar. They look alike. All right. So I brought him on as a special guest because he has had multiple businesses. He's owned multiple businesses. So you guys are going to have a chance to ask him some questions, and we're going to just explain, what we're doing here. So, okay, right now we have, let me let you guys come on in. Do you want to say anything to anybody? To the people?
Hey, good evening.
You in your car?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In your car. All right. So I'm going to give you guys about another 30 seconds to come on into the live. And like I said, we're streaming 3 different places right now. You on your cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. What you got on? A coat? It's cold outside?
No, I just got on a light jacket. I'm going to be out for a minute, so the temperature's going to drop.
Okay. All right. Hello. Okay, so we're already into, listen, if they're late, they'll just have to tune in. So basically, the question is, and I'm gonna ask him and then we'll just go further. What is the first step that you did? Like, what's the first step that you took in order to start your own business? What was like the first thing that you did?
Found the location. That was the first thing. Find a real location.
All right. So how about people that wanted to start like a home base or maybe an online business? I mean, I know that's where I come in, but
yeah, I'm not really savvy in that, but I know right now that that's the way to go, because your audience is the world. It's no longer just your local geographical area. So,
right.
Like now, you just need to become an expert at making people share your stuff and getting the audience. And once you get it, you take off.
All right. Well, I'll elaborate a little on that. And hold on, y'all, because y'all know I be wearing wigs, and this wig is really making me tight right now. It's not sitting right or something. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing, but I guess I'm gonna have to deal with it for now. All right. Y'all know I do not play. But I got a whole bunch of hair up under there, so don't try my face. All right. But anyway. So he said the first thing that you need to do as far as starting your own business is to basically find a location. Find a physical location when you're talking about having a business that's outside of your household. You have to find a location. So we're going to stay with that. So if someone, okay, so we got that down. Boom. One thing that he did not mention, guys, is I'll mention this. The first thing that you need to do, one thing is you need to have a business name. You need to figure out, what do I want to call my business? Like, what is the name? And then you need to search that name to make sure that there are others that do not have that business name. Okay. So those are the first things that you need to do. I'll go ahead and let him talk about finding a location, and then I'll go into detail as far as like other things that you need to do. So if I were you guys, especially if you're thinking about starting a business, you need to have your notes, have your notes out, have a pen, have some paper, have a pencil, whatever you write your notes in, and take notes, because some of the things that I'm going to tell you are things that you cannot just Google, because you will get so confused. So as far as finding a location, go from there.
Okay. Well, once you find the location, you find your location. The second thing is zoning. Make sure that the location that you want is zoned for what you want to do. Like I normally do bars and restaurants type deals, so they can't just go anywhere. Where a business is just selling a product with no restrictions, then you can just about go anywhere. But in those cases, you got to make sure you have the right walk-in traffic, so that enough people see your business every day and you have a chance at customers. After that, once you get your licenses in place, as far as your rental agreement, then you go through zoning and you get all of that set up. Then the next thing is staffing. You have to be able to staff it properly, because a lot of businesses where it seems easy, it's a night and day type deal. You got to get your products in. You got to get things set up. You have to be ready for when your customers come in. And everything is not just from 9 to 5. So that's another part of it.
Okay, so I know someone's going to ask. So you said that you had your businesses were bars and nightclubs. So
Right.
Bars and nightclubs, I know that you have to serve liquor. You have to serve some type of beverage. So did you have to get clearance for that, or like certain licenses, or what? How did that work?
Yeah, you have to apply for your alcohol licensing, and which that went through here in South Carolina. It goes through the Department of Revenue, and then you got to make sure you meet the background screening that's necessary for you to attain the license. And like I say, in that, your criminal activities, so on and so forth. Like I say, where the business is located, does it meet the zoning qualifications?
Okay, now you did. Okay, let me stop you just for 1 second. So you said zoning qualifications. So because you had a bar, right? Because you had a bar, could you put your bar next to a church?
You can. It has to be 1,000 feet from a church, school, or residence in South Carolina.
And do they have paperwork that they give you that tells you that?
It's listed in like categories of when you go through zoning. But see, like to be a club is one thing. You can be a restaurant and be closer to a church and still have a liquor license, but you're going to be a restaurant. You're not going to be a club.
Okay.
So there's different rules for different things in which you're trying to accomplish. And that's just some of it. Next thing is you got to have money. You got to have access to money, because things are set up to cause you to have to pay for things while you're trying to get licensed.
Okay, now keep in mind, guys, he's an owner of clubs. Like, he's owned several clubs. So we're talking about bars and clubs right now. We're not talking about your online business or you selling on eBay or Etsy or Facebook or Google or something like that. We're talking about physical locations where one would go in, leave your house. You have to go to the physical location. All right, go ahead.
Right. And so once you go through those standpoints and everything, then from there, you're going to have to run an ad in the paper to see if anybody objects to your business. And if they protest
I didn't know that. That's a lot.
Yeah, then if they protest you, then you have to go to court to fight the protest. They have to
Now,
show just cause.
okay, would that be is that just for clubs and bars, or is that like any physical business?
Anybody going for a liquor license.
Oh
If you're going
wow.
for
Okay.
and they have the right, people have the right to protest you being there.
But how would
But
people know that you're coming to protest?
you gotta post it in the window of the building for 30 days prior to. So like it's 30 days it is in there, and you have to run the ad in the paper that you are applying for a liquor license at this location. So you have
Wow.
to let people know what you're doing.
Okay, so what happens if once you do all of that, you get people saying, I don't want this business there?
Then you got to go to court. You'll go to court, and they'll hold a hearing, and they have to show just cause why you shouldn't be able to open that business at that location.
Wow.
And and sometimes they're able to do it.
And sometimes they're not. All right. I don't know, Craig, if you can see the questions that people are asking on Facebook. So you'll notice that I'm gonna start posting some questions along the screen here. And can you wait? Let me make it big so you can actually see it. Hold on. Brand. That's not it. Wait, cancel.
How long did the process take?
Okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna make it bigger so everybody can actually see it, because there's a way I can make the questions a little bigger. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so Angel Alvarez asked, yeah, how long did the process take?
It normally takes about 45 days. Sometimes it can stretch out a little longer to about 90. That's why I say you have to have money, because you still have to be able to pay for the building and everything working and all of that while you're in the process of seeing if someone's going to let you get a license.
Wow. And so if you once you go to court, right, and it's the whole process, and say you don't win in court, can you appeal?
Well, you can, but that'll probably take you about another 90 days.
Okay, so what would one do? Would you still just open a club and not serve alcohol? Like what do you do because you've already been paying money. More than likely you signed a lease or something. So how do you fix that?
Right.
Besides how some people just tell liquor and don't worry about it, because I know that. Hey, hide it when they come in. Your reception is kind of going bad. I don't know if you moved somewhere or what. Okay.
No, I'm still right here. Normally when you're signing a lease agreement for a restaurant, a club, or bar, you normally put contingencies in that so you can get out of the lease if you can't be a restaurant or a bar or whatever. So you know your first 30 days or 60 days or 90 days might be free.
Oh, okay.
Until you go through the process. But and so you might be able to sit on that location where it's not called, you just put the first month down, first and last, and then they'll hold it in between until you get licensed. That happens sometimes. A lot of times people go in and they spend money before they should. Like you get a building and you think you're going to get your license right away. So you start decorating the inside of the building and everything, and then things don't go your way. And like I say, that being the case, they might just say they gave you 90 days. But if you got to go through an appeal process, you talking about 6 months down the road, you're going to have to pay that rent for 3-4 months.
Wow.
And light bill, rent, all that, your water bill, you got to pay all that the whole time.
Okay.
Now, if like in this world of the pandemic right now, you're almost better off in the state of South Carolina. You're almost better off not selling alcohol, because you have to stop at 11. Where you could be a BYOB and the person brought their own alcohol, so you really don't have to.
So for someone that may not know what BYOB is, what does that stand for?
Bring your own bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. And so then at that point, you're charging them to enter the building. They have to buy your cups, ice, water, whatever from you.
Okay.
So that's how you'll make your money. The ideal of it is you'll have lower overhead, as far as you didn't have to buy the alcohol and you didn't have to pay the 15% tax on it, and then another 11% for hospitality.
Okay.
So in a way you can save, and right now you could probably get the biggest bang for your buck doing it that way.
Okay.
But like I say, how the new world is going to affect restaurants and business, because a lot of places you only can do 50% of your occupancy. So, it's real tricky right now. Real tricky. This is not a normal situation. And yeah, like I say, I'm starting to think of more of the online businesses more so than what's going, open a physical location, because it lowers your overhead overall.
Okay. You listen, I didn't even know half of that. Wow. Before we move on, does anyone have any questions for Craig? And keep in mind, we're discussing opening a physical business, a club or a bar that actually serves alcohol, and the steps that you have to take to actually get, approved for being able to serve liquor and so on, liquor licenses and zoning and so forth. So I'm going to give it about 20. I'm going to give you guys a chance just to type in your questions. Now, if you're someone that would like to be on the screen, maybe you have more questions than maybe it's going to take you more time to type it, then I can actually put the link up and you can actually come into the room with us and you can actually, ask him a question that way. But keep in mind, everyone's going to see you. So just keep that in mind. If you come on, you will be seen. And Craig, looks like you're frozen again.
Just not moving.
Huh?
Can you see me move?
Yeah, a little. Okay. It's better. So yeah, so if someone would like to come in and ask a question, or maybe if you would like to, let's see. All right, I don't have my other phone, so you can't call in and ask a question. I didn't bring my other phone, so yeah. I'll give you guys another about 30 seconds, and then if I don't see any questions, we're gonna move on. Now, what's your time looking like, Craig, as far as staying on screen?
Maybe about another 10, 15.
Okay. So we'll give him time. And also, did you share this on your Facebook page?
No, I didn't.
You should have, because it might be some of them people that follow you that got questions.
But see, the way you sent me the link, I just, linked on. you know how to do all that stuff, man.
All right, what I'll do is, because it's on Facebook, so I'll share it. People can actually stream from Facebook. So we do have some people that's actually watching from Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll do is I'll tag you. Let me see. I'll tag you in the post. Okay, here it is right here. See, this is Facebook.
People go in and they okay.
So what I'll do is I'll tag. And it's clear too. Let me see. I'll tag you in the post. Mm-hmm. Okay, here it is right here. See, turn it down. So we're just what we're doing right now, guys, is we're just waiting to see if someone has a question. Waiting to see if anybody has a question before before I get into anything else. Let me go back. Because if I don't see a question, then I'll move forward. But let me just check and see. Let me just share this to your page real fast. I think I can share it like that. How did I share that? We'll do it there. No, not that one. All right, give me a sec. Let me go back and try to find the other one where they can actually see what's going on instead of just a blank video.
Okay.
Here we go. I put love now. It's supposed to be live. I'm glad I looked at that. Answering your business. Answering your business questions live now. All right, and I'll tag you. Which page should I tag?
I didn't know I only had one as far as I know of. The one, Daniel Powell, the one with me and the boys.
Your name ain't even coming up. Let's see if I put in Powell. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Daniel Powell.
Okay. All right, so they'll see it. They should see it on your page. So since I don't have any questions, we're going to go on. So when I started the video, I said basically, you know, we're going to tell you how to start a business, whether it be a physical location or an online location. What are the things that one needs to do? Wait, hold on. There's a question. So Kat has a question. I'll put it up on the screen. So Kat said, with COVID-19 going around, is now a good time to start a business, in your opinion? I guess he's asking you.
All depends on what the business is. You know, the people are looking for outlets in all different forms and fashion. People are just tired of being locked in, so it can work. You know, like I say, you just got to be able to formulate to the new rules that they're putting into place.
Okay, so in your opinion, let's just say that it wasn't COVID. In your opinion, which do you feel is more beneficial? An online business or a physical location?
Again, it depends on what the business is. You got what I'm saying? Like, if it's a cash and carry type business, you probably would do better off on the internet because you have more people to your establishment. You have a better chance at people. You can have millions of people look at your thing every day. Where in a physical location, you're limited to just the people that are there.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else have? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. So if money is your goal, the more people you get a chance to sell to, the better off you are.
All right. Do we have any more questions for our special guest, Craig, while we have him here? And I'll put the question up. Oh, that's still the same question. I was actually doing something else. Mm-hmm. All right. Kat said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, we'll give them just a couple more seconds, not minutes. Because I know some people have to type it in and some people type slow. But if you're just tuning in, welcome. Thank you for joining this live. This will be maybe a 4-part segment. In the business segment, we will be going over what do you need to do to start a business? What are your options? You know, what are things that you can apply to maybe what you're doing in a business now that can make your business better, or something that may be hindering a business if you already have a business. Or if you're thinking about starting a business, where do you start? Like, what is the first thing that I need to do? Yes, hi, I'm tired of working for this person, or we're in a pandemic and I just want to, I want to make some extra money, or I have a hobby, or I like to do this, I like to do that. But what do I do? Where do I begin? So those are the questions that I will be answering for you tonight. Our special guest, I brought him in because he's been owning clubs and bars and just different businesses for years. So someone that has owned, businesses that actually there's a lot of red tape to get those businesses started. He is one person that you want to ask questions right now because, most of the time you're not going to know the answers to these things. And you can Google all day long, but it's but so much that you're going to see on the internet. So to speak to someone personally that has gone through opening a business and zoning and different things like that, especially if you wanted to start a restaurant, a club, or just anything, Okay. So type in your questions. If you don't want to type or you're unable to type, depending on how you are watching us, I can always put a link up where you can click on that link and you can join in on screen and ask your question that way. So I'm going to give you guys about 10 more seconds. I'm going to do like a 10-second countdown in my head. And if I don't see any questions, I'm going to go because I know he doesn't have all day. So, and y'all know me, sometimes I'll be on here for hours, but these segments are not going to be longer than an hour. I'm not going to make these segments 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So it's going to be half an hour to an hour. Looks like probably closer to an hour. Okay. So Sister Earlene has a question. She says, are there any government programs to start a business? Yeah.
There you go.
There are. You want me to answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or you go. Okay. So Sister Earlene said, are there any government programs to start a business? Yes. Right now, there's something called the SBA. The SBA is Small Business Administration. They're actually they're doing loans for people. I'm not going to say that they're actually normally they would help you start a business. You have to give them a business plan and so on. But because of the pandemic and COVID, they're doing loans for COVID. So if you were in business, if you had to have been in business prior to January to get this particular loan, it's called a economic. It's an EIDL, economic. Hold on, I'm about to tell y'all exactly what that stands for. Just give me a sec. I don't want to get it wrong. Is it EDIL or EIDL? Economic disaster. I got it. Economic disaster injury loan. So it's EDIL. And what they're doing is they're actually offering you a loan at a small, I'm talking about like 3 point something interest rate, where you have between, I want to say 30 or 60 years to pay it back. Something like that. It's between 30 and 60 years, not days. And with those loans, they're helping people that have already either been in business. I mean, you had to have been in business. So y'all see this, right? You had to have been in business at least December prior to, the pandemic. But they have grants out there. They have a bunch of different organizations that you can Google to just see if they're giving money or either loaning money. So yes, to that question, are there any government programs to start a business? Yes, there is. You have anything you want to add to that?
No, you answered it.
Okay. So does anyone else have any questions for Mr. Powell? Keep in mind, guys, this is only an hour. So because it's only an hour, the information that I have for you guys are going to take way more than an hour. So I want to say that this is going to probably be 3 to 4 different live sessions to get everything to you guys. And also get people used to, she's actually going live every week at a certain time. So, and that was a great question. So thank you. Here we go. Are there any special programs for women? Yes, Sister Earlene, there actually is. When everything happened, and of course, you guys know I am a business owner, a couple of businesses. So I actually owned a hair salon, and I'll tell you guys how I got started with that. I am the CEO of Miracle Growth Water. That's a hair care line that I'm a CEO of. And I'm also the CEO of Money As I Go Productions. That is a film company. So I own all of those. And I also, I like, dang. I also own Shop with Diamond. Shop with Diamond is an online boutique that I have. But lately I just been a little slack with it. So I sell online clothes with that. So that's just a few of the things that I do. While everything happened, and you know, when things happen and we have to stay in the house and your business has to close and so on, you know, money gets funny. When people are getting fired or people are getting sick or people are dying, your money gets funny. So the first thing that I started doing was I did Google, you know, grants, like, you know, grants you don't have to pay back. The difference between a grant and a loan, guys, you don't have to pay back a grant. A loan, you do have to pay back. A grant, you don't. So while I was searching, I did see that they had grants for women of color. They had African American, you know, grants or Black-owned businesses. They had a bunch of different ones out there. I haven't gotten approved for any of them, but I'm just saying. So they do have them out there. And I don't know, maybe the funding may be a little, maybe the funds are not there because of what's going on. Because a lot of times those companies are, what word am I looking for? Nonprofit. So a lot of them get their money from people from donations. Yeah, but they're out there. Yes, they're out there. All right. So we're going to take one more question and then we're going to let Mr. Powell get back to whatever it is that he does on Thursdays.
Yep.
And I thank you again for coming in. This is a little personal here, you guys. This is Xavier's dad. But they say my baby daddy. One of them.
Yeah, that's where I be.
So, and as y'all see, we get along. So I'll probably even do a segment of extended parenting. I think that would be a good one. You know, I definitely got to have you and Bragg on for that one. Because you know, a lot of times when people break up or they separate and they have children together, it's chaos. So I think that's that would be another good show. How do we all get along and co-parent?
Right.
Kat said, thanks again for your time.
Oh, more than welcome.
All right. So, that would be great. All right. All right. Mr. Powell, Craig. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for actually taking the time to come on. And thank you for sharing that information because you didn't have to. And you shared a lot of valuable information because half the stuff that you said, I never knew that. I didn't know that it took that much to get a club, up and going or a bar. So
there's a lot
on behalf of me and all of everyone that's watching, especially my Diamond Gems, which are my supporters, my sisters, we thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
We thank you. And if you want to come back in, just text me and just hit that link again and I'll let you back in. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So we learned a lot from him, and now here we go. So first things first, let me stretch. We've been sitting for a while, guys. We've been sitting for 34 minutes. So wherever you are, just get yourself up and stretch so your legs and arms don't get cramped up. Move around a little bit. Shake your arms out, shake your legs out. All right. Okay. So what do you do Here we go. And these, oh my gosh, listen, these bangs is getting on my nerves. All right. Here we go. All right. So the question now at hand is, what is the first step to starting a business? And I'm going to take you guys through it quickly. Well, not quickly, but I'll give you guys time. Okay. Now remember, I've never owned clubs, so my answers are going to be a lot different. But I have owned, I have owned a physical building as well as done online business. So where did it go? All right. So what is the first step to finding a business? So when we asked Mr. Powell, that question, his answer was find a location. My answer is going to be a little different. Actually, my answer is going to be a lot different because there's a lot of steps that you have to take prior to finding the building. Okay. So Kat says, and you guys have been listening, so this is like homework here. So Kat said, okay, so Sister Earlene said, find a location. Kat said, find a name for your business. Then Kat said, research a name that's never been used before. Guys, the first step into starting a business is you need to get an EIN number, a tax ID number. Okay, that is the first step. The very, very first step is you need to get a tax ID number. And what that basically is you can look at it as it being a hi, Brother Thomas. You can look at it being a social security number for your business. If you start a business and your business fails or you get sued in your business, you don't want that to be tied with what you have personally going on, like your home, your cars, your personal funding, your bank account. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to separate those two things. You want to separate those two things. So once you get a tax ID number, that is not the end of it. That's not the end of it. An EIN is not the end of it. You want to turn your business into a LLC, a limited liability corporation, LLC, limited liability corporation, so that your business is its own entity and it's separate from what you personally do, what you personally make. All right. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to protect yourself. So if your business fails or somebody falls in your business and you get sued, if you're not an LLC, they can take everything that you own. Once they take the business, if there's still more money that's owed to them, now they can personally come after your house, your cars, your bank account, your assets, all of that. So you definitely want to get that tax ID number, but you want to turn your business into an LLC. So you might ask, how do I do that? You can go to irs.gov and put in apply for tax ID, something like that. There's companies that will charge you to become an LLC, but you don't have to do that. Now, I will tell you this. If you're starting an online business, right? If you're starting an online business and you're just like, I'm just getting started, I don't know, this may be just a hobby for me. So I may not be as serious as someone like myself, then you don't have to worry about becoming an LLC right away. But you definitely want to get that tax ID. But once you become serious and you see that you're making money, and even if you're selling something, like a lot of times, guys, especially if you're selling like skincare, hair care, anything like that, someone can have an allergic reaction, try to sue you. That's why you have to have disclaimers. You have to have those down. But there's a lot of different things that can happen. But you definitely want to get, first things first, tax ID. But remember, in order to get a tax ID, you have to have a business name. So that goes back to, what are you going to call your business? What are you going to call your business? Google it. See what you're going to call your business. Second thing that you need to do is, once you've actually got a business name, you need to get your .com. You need to get a domain name, because you don't want to have a business and you don't have a domain name and someone sees that your business name is really unique and this is something that, you know, if I use this, then I can take their business, or I can do a .com and make a website. And now this person that started this business, they have to do something else because they don't even have a .com. So you want to get your business name, right? You want to get your tax ID. And if you're going to be serious about it and you know that this is something that you really are going to do for the long haul, whether you succeed or fail, because, you know, a lot of times if you're just new at something, yeah, there's going to be some hard times. There's going to be some slow times. But if you dedicate yourself to saying, this is really what I want to do. I want to be my own boss. I'm tired of working for other people. I'm going to make this work. Then you go ahead and you make it, you know, an LLC, but you don't have to do that right away. But I will tell you this. In order for you to get a business bank account, you do have to have an LLC. And just because you made it LLC on the IRS's site and they gave you a tax ID number, that's not enough. You have to incorporate that business within your state. And you can actually do that yourself. Of course, about maybe $130, $200 at the max, I'm thinking, to get your paperwork, because I have 2 LLCs. My salon, which is Dominican Duties by Dwoa, even though I closed my salon, that I'm still a brand with that. So if I did any pop-up shops or I wanted to do a clothing line, I still have Dominican Duties by Dwoa. I own that. That is my company. So I do have an LLC for that. Miracle Growth Water, of course, I have an LLC for that as well. So when I had to go in and, you know, open up my business bank accounts, they asked for that paperwork. All right. So let me go back over it. And I don't want to give you guys too much information to confuse you. And then brother Thomas, I'm going to read your comment in a second because I may want to bring you on screen. All right. Business name, right? Business name. Tax ID. Tax ID. You definitely want to get that EIN number. You definitely want to have that. And also, you want to get your domain name. You want to get your domain name so that when it's time for you to start your website, nobody has stolen your name, and now you can't even use your company name. Okay? So those are the 3 main things that you need to do off the bat. Those are the 3 main things you need to do off the bat. You probably didn't even think about that. But trust me, once you start selling and you don't have a .com and people notice that, people are vindictive. They're evil. Companies might say, hey, this is a catchy name. Let me go ahead and check and see if they have a .com. And if you don't have a .com for that company, they can steal it. They can steal it. And then now you can't get it back. So your company might be called, let me think. Your company might be called Lisa's Eatery or Lisa's Foods because you cook, or you might have snacks, or Lisa's Desserts. But Lisa, you never made a .com. So now this other company has stolen lisasdesserts.com, and they may not even use it. But the fact that they don't want you to have it, when you search to see if you can get it, you can't get it because somebody else already has it. And unless they sell it or don't renew it, you can never use lisasdesserts.com. You might have to use lisadessert.net, lisasdesserts.gore or org or something. And now people don't even look at you as you're an official business. So that's definitely something, guys, that you want to do. All right. Those are definitely the things, the first couple of things that you need to do. Let's see. Hi, sis. Good evening. I have my hold on. Let me read this question. She can see now. All right. ID to start my security company. Been doing security for 30 years. I have tax number, so should turn my yes, Thomas. If you have a security company and you've been doing your company for 30 years, yes, you definitely need to become an LLC. TNT Securities Companies. I have business cards printed up already. Yes, Thomas, You should have done that 20 years ago, 29 years ago. You should have done that a long time ago. So yes, my brother, go and get your turn your business into an LLC, because only thing you have to do is you already have your tax ID under sole proprietor. And that's another thing, guys. Let me just state this right here. You can actually, when you go to the IRS.gov and you're applying for a EIN or a tax ID number, right? They're going to ask you, and you're going to get confused. It's going to say LLC, sole proprietorship, and a couple of other things. Starting out, you can put sole proprietorship, sole proprietor. That's how you can start out. And then moving forward, if you decided that you wanted to turn your business into an LLC, you don't have to go back into the IRS.gov. You go to your state. Hold on, let me tell you guys. Because I think I had to go to the Attorney General. I think I had to sign on to the Attorney General to actually get mine done. And the first thing that comes up, guys, is I put in become a LLC. The first thing that came up is LegalZoom. Don't be fooled or scammed by thinking that you have to pay one of these attorneys to do your LLC. LLCs can be done free of charge. You can do it yourself. Okay, you can do it yourself. Oh, okay, Thomas. So you say you just started up your company. So yeah, you should. If you just started up your company, I would definitely make it into an LLC, especially with you being security, because you might have to kill somebody, not wanting to kill someone, but things happen. Break an arm, break a leg, or someone under your company may do that, and then they sue the company. You're not an LLC, you are the company. So now they've taken everything that you worked your whole life for. All right. So when you put in become an LLC, the first thing you guys are probably going to see is form your LLC, LegalZoom, or filing, or total legal. You're going to see all of that. That is not what you need. You can do it on your own. So don't go through any of these third-party companies. You don't have to pay anybody. So you go to your state. So I'm going to put become an LLC and become an LLC in South Carolina, and I'm going to see what comes up there, because I forgot what I put up, but I know the Attorney General's office came up. I do remember that. And congratulations, Brother Thomas. Yeah. And guys, if you're watching me from wherever you're watching me, please share this video, because this is valuable knowledge, guys. This is valuable knowledge. Just because you decide that, oh, I want to be my own business, you're not done. There's things that you need to do to secure your business. Just saying I'm a business owner is not enough. You got to have the paperwork. Thank you. Okay. So, and I'm sorry, I told you guys the Attorney General, it was the South Carolina Secretary of State. So in South Carolina, to become an LLC, like, physically with the paperwork and the stamp on it and all of that, and be filed with the state, I had to go to sc.gov. So if you're in New York, maybe go to newyork.gov, miami.gov, Washington, DC.gov. But you want to go to your cities .gov, and see here, it's the Secretary of State, and that's what I went on. And it was free for me to do it, but I had to pay, if that makes any sense. I didn't have to pay someone to fill it out for me. I did all of that myself, free of charge, and I did everything. So it's like $110 for the different ones. Articles of incorporation here. Every state may be different. So I want to say I paid all together, and then I did a report of corporation. I did that as well. This form is filed with the South Carolina Department of Revenue, so that they even knew, that I was a business. So I think I paid that as well. So I want to say altogether I may have paid $130 something. It didn't take me long, And I have the paperwork upstairs that Lily says, you know, limited liability corporation. It has my information on it, my name. It has the stamp on it, the seal, and it also has my business name. So that's the LLC, guys. That's the LLC. So that's what you want to do. All right. I'm gonna, because I want to, like I said, this is gonna be a bunch of different segments. Oh, my husband just gave me some chicken. This is gonna be a bunch of different segments. So I want to tell you guys just all of that part. So you've done all that. So let's just say you have your business name. Yay, yay, yay. First of all, the first thing is, you know, and I should have said this prior to everything else. You need to pray. Pray and ask the Most High for his blessings over your business. That's the first thing, you know. So pray. If you have a job and you decided, I just don't want to work anymore, this is not working for me, I'm tired of working for other people, making somebody else rich, then you got to quit your job, right? You got to quit, right? You got to quit. So, but when you quit, make sure that you have a nest egg. Make sure you have something saved up, because just because you start a business does not mean you're going to make money overnight. You know, a lot of people think, I'm going to start my business, I'm going to get rich quick. Some people start their business and they fail the first couple of months. You're welcome, Brother Thomas. And they fail the first couple of months, or they fail the first couple of weeks. So you have to have determination. You have to be dedicated to know, this is my business. I'm going to put in so much time and effort. You're not going to be sleeping. You're going to have sleepless days, but you're going to get out of your business what you put into it. If you put 25% in, you're going to get 15%. If you don't put 110, 120, 150% of yourself into your business is, I'm going to tell you right now, your business is going to fail. Another thing that you need to do, whether you like social media or not, you need to make business pages. You have to. Listen, people are on social media. They're sharing stuff on social media. They're going there looking for suggestions. They're looking for products. They're looking for all of that, answers. So you need to start a Facebook business page, not a regular page. You already have a regular page. Half the people that follow you on your regular page, I hate to tell you, I have a lot of followers, close to 4,000 on my Facebook page. This video is on Facebook. I have 17 people watching me right now. So do you guys get what I'm saying? People follow you for no reason. But if I was on here, you know, with a bunch of drama and arguments and all that, hey, this thing would be viral right now. We would have broke the internet. So you have to keep that in mind. And also, there's a lot of fake Facebook pages. So yeah, once you start your Facebook business page, 9 times out of 10, the people that follow you on your business page, besides your friends and family, are people that are interested in your business. They're people that are going to be interested in your business. Instagram. You may not be on Instagram. Get on Instagram. Get on Instagram. Trust me. Twitter, I don't like Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but I'm gonna be first to tell you, I just don't do Twitter like that. But if you want to be on Twitter, then you could be on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I mean, I am, but I'm not. But I do have Twitter pages for my businesses. You need to also add yourself to all of the search engines, to Google, to Yahoo, to Bing, all of that. You need to add your business to all of those things. All right. Let me go back some. When I told you guys that you needed to get a .com, you also need to start a website. Even if you don't sell anything, most of the time when you start a business, if you're not physically selling a product, then you still have some type of service. So you want people to know that you are in a legitimate business, right? You want them to know that you are a legitimate business. So you need to have a website. You guys just starting out that don't want to pay money for a website, and guys, listen, most of the time when you start your own business, you don't have thousands of dollars. Like you heard earlier when Mr. Powell said you would have to have a lot of money. That's because he was running clubs and he had to have backing to get those approved. Yeah, he was on here. That was my special guest today.
My dad wasn't on no.
Yes, he was, and I'm busy. This is important. So yes. So with that having a lot of money, that's different. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You can start your business, especially even with online business. You can start your business with $100. $100, depending on what you're selling. Depending on what you're selling or what you're trying to do. So you don't have to have thousands and thousands of dollars. That's what I think stops a lot of people from stepping out on faith and starting their business. You don't have to have thousands upon thousands of dollars. Now, if you're starting a business, like he said, where it's clubs and you got to buy alcohol and you have to pay all these fees and all of this different thing to get approved, that's something different. But you can have $100, guys, $50. You can ask 10 people for $10. You got $100. At the max, I might say 300, 400, 500, just because of the different fees, like for LLC and a business license and so on. So depending on what state you live in and what you're doing, like because I'm a licensed cosmetologist and I had a hair salon, when it came down to me selling stuff under my license for my salon, it fell as retail as well. So I didn't have to go and get a business license. But depending on your state and what you're selling, then you would have to get a business license. All right. So we are 4 minutes, guys, into the hour. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take some questions from you guys, because remember I said these segments are going to be an hour and an hour only. So if you have any questions, now I'm going to answer them. I didn't want this to be a video that was 12 hours, 13 hours. I didn't want it to be 8 hours. I want people to watch it and not get bored. Like, man, child, can she shut up? Or, so these segments are going to be an hour. So every Thursday, guys, at 7:30, we are on my channel, Nappy to Straight. If you are watching me from Facebook, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nappy to Straight. That is where I'm streaming from. Even though you guys see me, there's my channel. Even though you guys can see me on Facebook, I am actually streaming live from my YouTube channel, Nappy to Straight. So make sure that you guys check me out. Subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell. You'll see a bell there. Hit the bell for all notifications so that when I post something, you guys will get notified for it. All right? You guys get notified. So I did see some questions, so I'm going to just take some. Remember, this is only an hour segment. So, Love My Hair 74 says, hi, Adwoa, do you suggest getting just a separate savings account or the King account until we get our official LLC? You could do that. Yes, you could do, you have your business account and then you have your savings account, or you could do two regular accounts until you can afford yourself to get a business account. So you can open up 2 separate checking accounts. All right. That way you can keep your money separate. So that is something that you can do. And hello to everyone that joined. I know we have 22 people watching now. Hi to everyone that is watching me. Make sure again that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, because even though you guys see me doing these segments on here, I do a little more things on YouTube. Like after I finish this video, I'm going to stream just straight to YouTube and my Miracle Growth Order page on Facebook. So once I end this, because I have some other things that I want to talk about that don't have anything to do with starting a business, I don't want to put that into this segment. So hi, Miss Conceited 2008. So Miss Conceited said, how do you gain customers? Miss Conceited, the way that you gain customers is you have to advertise. Let's just say if you have an online business, right? You need to start following people. Like say you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram and you want people to follow you, then you need to follow people back. Like follow them first. Or you might post something, hey, hi, my name is such and such. I just started a business. I'm selling this, or I'm offering this. Follow me. But you definitely need to follow other people. And when you follow other people, start leaving comments and explain who you are. Explain who you are. Yeah. So that's how you start getting customers. when I first started my hair salon, nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew who I was. But you know what I did? I printed up a whole bunch of flyers. I ran amazing specials, and I went to this neighborhood. Me and my best friend, my sister-in-law. Shout out to Shireen because she actually printed up those flyers for me. And I put them on everybody's car, everybody's door. I went to this whole apartment complex. Everybody's mailbox. Probably was supposed to do all of that. I put them on everybody's door handle, but that's back then before like social media was really popular like that. So you want to offer a lot of specials. You're selling something, offer a lot of great deals to make people want to, do business with you. And also, if you're selling a physical product, then you can offer freebies. You can offer freebies too. You can do some giveaways. All right. So that's an hour, guys. I'm going to take one more question, and I'm going to go because this is something that we can actually be on here forever talking. But I don't want people to not get the information because the video is too long. So I'll take one more question. All right. I'll take one more question. And that was Kat that asked that. I'm sorry, Kat. I'll take one more question, guys. And remember, this is a segment that I will be doing live every Thursday, most high willing, at 7:30. And it's going to be for an hour. It's going over a little bit of an hour today because we did have a special guest. And I know you guys probably want me to stay. If you want me to stay on a little bit longer, I can stay on maybe 30 minutes more. So if you guys want me to stay on a little bit longer, just say stay on longer and I'll stay here till 9 o'clock. Oh, okay, Kat. And remember, guys, please share this video because when you share things, that's how, I'll start to grade higher in what they call what is it? Authorism? What's that word?
Authorization?
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Like publicity thing?
Yeah.
Publicity.
No.
On the trending.
Like the video, guys, as well. Like it as well because that lets YouTube know that something that I'm saying that you guys like.
A recommendation.
If you're following me on Facebook, the same thing. Like it, give hearts, whatever you can do on Facebook, because that will let Facebook know, okay, well, this is something that's positive. This is something that people want to see. All right. And I didn't hear anyone say they wanted me to stay on, so I guess I can go. I didn't hear anyone say they wanted me to stay on. So we'll do it for, so we'll stop right now. Thank you to everybody. And also, guys, each Thursday, besides with this segment, once this segment is actually over, every Thursday I will have a different segment. So depending on where you're following me or watching me from, you can send suggestions on what type of live videos you guys would like for me to do. All right. What type of live videos you guys would like for me to do? This is something new that I'm doing on my channel because normally I don't have a set time that I go live on my channel because I do so much. I'm so busy because remember, I'm a filmmaker as well. So I do have movies that I've made. So if you're new here, besides you checking me out on Nappy the Straight, which is my hair and beauty YouTube channel, you can also go to my film page, which is Money Is Our Goal. This is my film page, guys. So you see YouTube channel Nappy the Straight. Money Is Our Goal is my Instagram page as well as my film page. So I do have a lot of businesses that I've done, professional, successful businesses. So I figure, this is my way of giving back. When I started anything, guys, I started with less than $1. Like when you don't have a lot of money in the bank saved up, I started my businesses with less than $1. But I believe that the Most High, when I say the Most High, you guys probably say G-O-D. I say the Most High, the Father in heaven. So I stepped out on faith. I literally stepped out on faith. So the next segment that we'll be talking about. Unless you guys want to know now, if you like to know now how I started my business with no money, then I can tell you, or I can save that for the next. I'll save that for the next segment. How I started my business with $0. Yeah, how I opened up a salon with $0. So I'll start. Maybe that'll be the next segment in becoming your own boss. But I will take one question. I'm thinking somebody may have a question. I love you too, Sister Pam, and all of my diamond gems, and anyone else that may just want to watch my next video. As soon as I get off of here, I will still be streaming. I'm going to end this, but I'm going to go straight back live on my Nappy the Straight channel. So if you guys want to come back for that, you guys are welcome. Remember, if you're watching me from Facebook, you literally have to go to YouTube. My channel on YouTube is Nappy to Straight. All right. So Thomas said, please tell me now. All right. So Thomas wants to know now how I started my business with $0. All right. What I did was I worked for a company. I'm going to make this fast. I worked for a company. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing as well. You are such an inspiration, sharing his knowledge with us. You are welcome, my sister. My sister. All of us listen. It's not hard. Nobody told me. I did a lot of research, and that's how I found out. Nobody gave me the blue, nobody gave me the blue book to starting a business. It's just something I wanted to do. So some of you that have been following me for a long time, you know this story. Remember I told you guys, I worked at a salon. I stopped dancing because I used to dance for a while, guys. That's a whole nother story. So I stopped dancing. I've had a hair license. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for over 25 years. So I stopped doing hair for a while. I got hired at a Dominican shop in South Carolina, and I just didn't like the way that they ran business. I did not like the way that they ran business. So I got tired of it. I got tired of them, taking advantage of me, paying me a little of nothing. I was doing all this work and not getting paid what I was worth. So I quit. I had a friend that owned a wig shop. And I basically, she had some extra rooms in the wig store. So I said, you know what? I would always leave, I would always leave my old job, and I would go in and I would be talking to her and I'd be venting. And she's like, well, I have the spaces here. So if you ever thought about starting your own salon, you could put it in here. That's a start. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to think about that. So I remember coming home, and my husband and I weren't married yet. We were engaged at the time. And I was just talking to him, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to take her up on her offer. So shout out to Leslie Simpkins. And she gave me my first start in her building, Natural Wigs in Columbia, South Carolina, off of Broad River. That's a plug. She gave me my first start. So she gave me the space, right? She gave me the space. Of course, I had to pay. So with starting a salon, and that's a whole nother subject, but with starting a salon, the same way that that Craig Powell said that he had to have his bar set up, when you are talking about opening up a hair salon, you have to still put everything in that salon that you have to have in there by law, even though you're not even open yet. Because to open up a hair salon, the state board has to come in and they have to inspect. So you have to have certain things in there. You have to have running water, hot and cold. You have to have lights. You have to have lights. You have to have water. You have to have a bunch. You have to have everything. And your sanitation, your sealed containers. There's a lot you have to have. So basically, what I did was, remember I told you guys, I did all of that. I did the business name. I didn't become an LLC right away though, but I did the tax ID number. I got a business. It took me a minute to get my business license, though. That's a whole nother story. So I had to do all of that. I want to say I probably had maybe $1,000 in the bank, if that, guys. So what I did was I went and got 2 folding chairs. I've got 2 fold up chairs from Walmart with and I put a pad on. You put the pillow pad on your chair. I had 2 of those. I bought the cheapest blow dryers, hooded blow dryers that I could get, which were $99. So I had 2 of those. So let's say right now we're at $240, right? I had to buy a shampoo because you have to have, it has to be set up like a salon. And keep in mind, this is a room. So I went in there, I did my own painting. The floor was carpet, so we pulled the carpet up. I went and bought some peel and stick towel. So I laid that down. You know, I laid down a peel and stick towel. I painted. I bought some combs, some brushes. Oh, I skipped the whole part, guys. I skipped the whole part because I forgot to tell you guys, when I first quit, I was doing hair from home. Yeah, when I first quit, I was doing hair at home because what happened was people started finding me on Facebook saying, well, I went up to the salon. You're not there anymore, Dwola. So I was doing hair at home for like maybe 2-3 months. I did hair out of my house. Yeah. Yep. Did hair out of my house. I forgot to tell you guys that. So I bought a bookshelf. I bought a bookshelf and a mirror. I bought a bookshelf and a mirror, and that pretty much was my station. And I went to the Goodwill store. And I got these 3 nice chairs that look like Fendi chairs. And that was my waiting area because the room was little. That was my waiting area. And so I started my business, guys, with, I say $0 because I only, like I said, maybe had $1,000 in the bank, if that. Everything else that I had to put towards bills. But it worked out for me because you know what happened? Because I was doing hair at home, when I did hair at home for those couple of months, I actually started my website. So when I started my website, people started calling me. And let me tell you how I became recognized from my website. I put myself on Bing. I put myself on Google. I put myself on Yahoo. I put myself on Yelp. And then what I started doing was I started Googling my business name every day, all day. If I wasn't busy, I was Googling Dominican Dudes by Dwola. You know, I already had gotten my .com. So I was doing that all day. And when I was doing people's hair at my house, I would get their email because I had the information. Because at that point, I was getting like, giving them paperwork, seeing if they had allergies and different things like that, you know, so I had all the information. So when I was about to start, when I was about to open, because, you know, it was a process, guys. And like I said, this is a whole video. This segment alone needs to be probably an hour because of everything that I went through. Because the devil was so busy during that time. Every time I thought that I was getting ready to get my salon approval to get open, that the fire marshal was coming out, it was always something. It was always something that was like, would have probably made someone else throw their hands up and say, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to go back and work for somebody else. So I added myself to everything. And so next thing you know, when people started putting in Dominican salons, I was coming up. Natural hair salons, I was coming up. Keep in mind, guys, I'm at home, still doing the process of trying to get open. Hold on. So I say all of that to say, I had a bookshelf, a $30 bookshelf that I got from Big Lots, and I had a mirror. Excuse me, maybe a $25 mirror, but it was a big enough mirror, and I just made it look nice. And I got some snacks, and I got another shelf to where I could put my products in. And then I bought some products, so I didn't buy a whole lot, but I bought enough. But they were good products. So I had shampoo, conditioner. You know, I had enough to maybe last me a week or so. And so once I finally got approved to be open, I bought a sign that I put outside. And, you know, remember, I was in a wig store. So I bought a sign and all of that. And then when I say I advertised my butt off, y'all, I kept posting and posting and posting and posting everywhere that I could think of on different blogs, on Facebook. At the time, I didn't have a YouTube channel yet, but I posted everywhere and people found me. And it was like, because I had been doing hair out of my house and I was already in another place, I started telling people, listen, I'm not going to be here long. So make sure you get my number, you know, or follow me on Facebook so that when I open up my own business, you'll know where to find me. But it just so happened that them people pissed me off so bad that I left without even giving everybody my information. But the father is amazing because they started finding me on Facebook. What are you doing here? I said, no, I would add my, so one girl was like, well, you're not even doing hair at home? Because I had never thought about doing hair in the place where I lay my head. And she was like, well, you can make some extra money, you know, and I can help you towards opening your own spot. I was like, she's right. So That's what I did. And because I had everybody's emails and their phone numbers, I did a grand opening. That's another thing you want to do, guys. You want to do a grand opening and you want to promote it. So you're giving out free stuff. So my grand opening, when I say I slash prices, I slashed prices like crazy. I had free food. I had, stuff to drink, giveaways, everything. My grand opening, guys, I had emailed probably 100 something people, 200, maybe 300. Close to 50 people came to my grand opening. I couldn't even do everybody's hair. Close to 50 people. I couldn't even believe it. And this was just me emailing and texting saying, hey, this is a Dwoa. I've done your hair in the past or just whatever. I'm having a grand open. Please come through. So many people came through. It was so overwhelming, but I knew that I had to make this happen. So in one of these segments, before we actually get done with the segment, I'll tell you guys how I went from being in a building with someone else to going into my own building. But I just had listen, it was hard work, guys. It was work. I'm not going to lie to you and just tell you that, I just posted and people came. No, because you have to prove to people that you're worthy of getting their money. There comes personality, and you have to know what you're doing. So I say to all of you, anything that you feel that you can do, set your mind to it and don't let anybody tell you no. There are going to be obstacles, guys. There may be times where you find a building and you can't get that building, or you're selling online and you buy this stuff and nobody buys it. So also make sure that the things that you buy, if you want to be an online store, that these are things that people want. Be different than the person. Look, be different than, if you're selling clothes, be different than a Fashion Nova. If you're selling something like my boutique, you can't find that stuff online. You might see models with the stuff that I sell, but you're never going to see it on what's that Chinese site? There's a Wish. You're not going to see the stuff that I sell on Wish or anything like that. So be unique in anything that you're doing, but put the time in and know that it's not going to happen overnight. All successful businesses, trust me, we've taken losses. We've had times where we have not slept, but we kept going. Don't give up. And do your research. And, if you can't afford to pay for something, then do it yourself. If you need a paint job, like if you got a physical building and your building needs to be painted because it's old, I'm quite sure you got a cousin or a neighbor, somebody that paints. Electrician. If your building is just that bad, but if this is the only thing that you can afford, somebody that does electricity. So start putting your resources, make the resources work for you. But you don't have to have thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars to get started, guys. You really don't. So again, I thank you all. Wait, there's one question. Do you think it's necessary to pay for a logo? Love My Hair 74. Depending on if you're balling on a budget, you can make your own logo. There's a lot of apps that you can download to get a logo. Now, you guys know, me personally, from day one, I always had a logo because I wanted my stuff to just look professional. So I have a graphic artist, and if anybody needs a graphic artist, and his name is Nino, shout out to Nino. Nino has done all of my graphics, guys. He's not going to try to break your pockets, and he will give you what you want. And he's not going to like I said, break your pockets. So if you're someone that wants to get a logo, you can contact me. You guys know my email. If you don't know my email, then if you're on Facebook, you can leave a comment and say, hey, can you connect me to the guy that you're talking about as far as the logo? But logos do help. They do help because they make your business stand out. But if you only have like $10, then download an app and do your own logo starting out. And that's free. Look for everything free first before you start spending money that you may not have because you haven't made any money yet. All right. So unless someone has any questions, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, this is a show that will be on here every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern time. Every Thursday at 7:30, I will be going live and you guys can get valuable information. All right. Kat did put hey Steph, Kat did put my email up. So you see my email right here, guys. If you have any questions, concerns, or recommendations of what you would like for me to discuss during these lives, you can recommend it. All of your questions, guys, that you may have, I will answer them during the next live segment. Okay, I will answer them during the next live segment. Remember, share this video, guys. You guys share so much because I've done it in the past. We always share nonsense, but this is something that can help somebody, especially with what's going on now. All right. I know a lot of people have lost their jobs, or they're just afraid to go to work, or they just don't want to even leave the house, some of them. So this can help someone. This information can help someone. So however you're watching me, share it. Share it on your phone. Share it on your Facebook page. Share it with your family. Tell them to share it. And that way, we can all, this is how we can help one another. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we all need to be our own boss. It's not just the white people or the rich people that can, be their own boss. We can be our own boss. I mean, clearly, guys, I haven't worked for anyone in over, how long has it been? I have not worked for anyone over 15 years. Maybe 13, 14 years. You see what I'm saying? I am my boss. Yeah. So it can be done. All right. So thank you guys again. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. These segments are going to be wonderful, guys. Trust me. Any information that I could think of, I'm going to share with you guys. If it's something that I miss, then, bring it to my attention and I'll share that as well. If I feel that I have people that can help us, that can help us along this journey, because it's going to be a journey, guys. So if you're watching this video, besides just having some love for me, and I appreciate that, you probably are someone that wants to start your own business. So kudos to you, because this is the first step, was you saying you want to start your own business. The next step was watching this video. So kudos to you, and congratulations to all of you. Congratulations. Definitely when you get your business going and it's successful, keep the Father in your business. What he gives for you, guys, what he gives to you, man cannot take. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because trust me, you can do it. I am living proof that hard work pays off. I went from dancing in the strip club for years to opening my 4 or 5 successful businesses. Okay? So it is possible. It's possible, guys. Trust me. You just have to want to do it. You just have to want to do it. So I love you all. Anyone that's going to stay with me, I will be on my YouTube channel, Nappy the Straight. So if you want to come on over there, guys, and resume, talk to me, because I want to show something that Sister Brenda ordered. That Sister Brenda sent to me for my birthday that I got yesterday. So I'll be on my YouTube channel, Nappy the Straight, and I'll also probably stream. Am I going to do that? No, I'm not going to stream on my business page. So just come on over to YouTube, guys, and you will see the alert. You will get the alert that I'm live. All right. So thank you guys again. Wait, I wanted to thank you so much. This is great. We love and thank thank God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. I say the most of it. Thank you. I know what you're saying. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love My Hair Said, and thank you again for all this information and for supporting my small business. Okay, and I'm sorry, guys. Sister Love My Hair 74, she sells candles, guys. Let me show you real fast. And Love My Hair 74, I'm gonna hit you up. So this is a candle that I got. I want to say it's called Sweet Smells. Yeah. Cheryl's Sweet Smell. So shout out to her. And congratulations on your business. One thing we have to do, guys, we have to support one another. We have to support one another. And sometimes that's just saying thank you or sharing it. It's free to share, guys. It doesn't cost you anything to share. You ain't got to be a hater. It's free. It's free to share. So congratulations. I'm also going to talk about labels, because you guys know that I make my own labels. I make my own business cards. I make my own everything. Yeah, I don't be playing. So that's something else. That's something else that we can talk about, you know, in the next segment. So again, guys, I will be on Nappy to Straight. That is my YouTube channel. Come on over there. Yeah, come on over to Nappy to Straight. You do see where it says go subscribe to Money Is Our Goal. That is my film channel. My web series is there. A bunch of other things that I have going on as far as film, because I want to do a segment over there as well, telling people how to become a filmmaker. How do you start out? How do you, because I'm self-taught. So say you might want to get into filming, you might want to get into editing, you might want to be an actor or actress. I can tell you how to do those things as well. So thank you guys for coming, because you didn't have to come. I definitely appreciate all of you. I love you all, my brothers and my sisters. Please be safe. Remember, sharing is caring, guys. So if you have some information for someone, or even for me, like if you have some information that you felt could help the segment, let me know, and I'll bring you in as a guest. It's nothing. You know, if you have a product that you may want to send to me to show your product, you know, hey, Dwoa, I know you got a lot of followers. Can I send you something to show to your audience? That can help you as well to get some followers. All right. If you're getting ready to start a business, just anything that you're doing, guys, I'm here to help. Trust me. I don't mind giving back. I don't have a problem with sharing a platform. I definitely don't have a problem with that. I mean, the Most High blessed me beyond measure. So what's for me is for me, and man cannot take it away. So me shouting you out does not take anything away from me. It actually gives me more blessings and more pull with the man above. All right. So I love you all, and I'm going to end this video, but I will be live on my YouTube channel, Nappy to Straight, momentarily. See you there.